In today's video, we're going to learn a quick strategy to use to whiten the teeth or the eyes of any photo that you are retouching here in Photoshop. Hi, my name is Carbell Sarfo. I've been editing, retouching, filmmaking, and doing whatever that you can call photography and videography for the past 5 years. And if you're somebody who is very much interested in learning how to use your smartphone or even your digital or mirrorless camera to make amazing photos and videos, consider subscribing to my channel. And whilst you are here, like this video. The first thing I'm going to do is obviously I have my Photoshop opened. I was looking for an image. I wanted something with a radical eye so that I could play with, but it looks like I'm going to use that of my friend here, for the scapegoat. So yeah, he has consented. It's fine. So what we're going to use is what we actually call hue and saturation. Now hue refers to color. The color of this is somewhere dark gray. This is black. The color of my face is handsome. The color of my shirt is black. How come there are no colors in here? The color of that in there is somewhere around yellow, orange. Then there's a tree behind, so it's not a real plant. I call it vineyard green, and that's color, that's hue. And saturation is what we call the amount of color. So if you have, let me show you. All right, so if you have here, we have hue, saturation. All right, let's look at what happens here. If I start, this is the hue, this hue, this saturation, and this lightness. If I start playing with the hue, look at what happens to the image. Let me zoom out so you can see the full effect. Now what I'm doing right now is I'm messing up the images, the colors in the image. The image is still the same image. A young guy, not so young guy smiling in there, but yeah, I'm just kind of playing with the colors in there. Let me just reset it. I don't want no trouble. All right, but what happens when I play the saturation? Saturation refers to the amount of color. So if I take the saturation down, the amount of color is dropping. Right, it's like almost I've gone to black and white, no color in there. But there's color actually there. Just the amount of color in there is 0. So that's like no color. That just do with rhetorical stuff. If I take it all the way up, that is too much color. Right, that's his next good. Right, yeah, that's what saturation is. And then obviously brightness and darkness refers to brightness and darkness of the various color in here. Now what you're seeing right now is affecting everything in the color, but what we can do is that we can target particular colors and then play with those particular colors. Like look at it, he has greens in here. If I click on what we call the master here and choose greens, now look at what happens here. All of a sudden they've selected a particular area here. There is the main target, the one in the middle is the main target, and around it is where it bleeds off to. Alright, so all of a sudden it is only greens I'm targeting right here. If I should start shifting my color around, it doesn't affect the whole image. It affects just the greens, and that is what this layer allows us to do. We can target particular colors and play with those colors. Alright, and if I should say I want to attack I want colors that there's some magenta or pink in here, I can actually play with that, and the shirt color should start working wonders. So it's quite sweet actually to work with this. You can use this to change the colors of stuff. Alright, but obviously that's not my goal. My goal is to go straight for the teeth and the eye. And what you usually tend to find in teeth and eye is yellows and reds. We don't like brushing our teeth, or let me just say we use our teeth, so they tend to corrode over time. Please go and whiten your teeth. If you know any dentist, recommend one for me. I need one myself. Alright, and this picture is actually a good picture because all the way zoomed in like this, you can actually see the amazing textures in here. Rich, I'm sorry for using your teeth. So what we have right here is the teeth. What I want to go for is target the color. Now if you click on this little hand here beside here, it gives you an eyedropper tool that you can use to go into your image and select a particular color in the image, and then the Photoshop will target that particular color range. Alright, instead of me deciding whether it is yellow or red or green in the teeth, I can just bring my that tool here. The moment I click on it, look, we have magenta here. The moment I click on that area, click and hold, and then drag to the left. But so you see, the moment I clicked on it here, it chose yellows for me because actually that's the color that is in the teeth. Like I said, yellows and red tend to end up in our teeth. I think it's the carbohydrates. Okay, so now you have yellow selected. I can decide to go all the way up, and you can see what's happening to the teeth. I mean, taking the saturation up. You can see the teeth is getting messed up right here. All right, or I can go all the way to the end and remove all the color from the teeth. If I go and hide this, you can see there's the teeth before and there's the teeth after. There's the teeth before and there's the teeth after. You see, we've just whitened our teeth. But show you something. Now, if you look at that before, we have other colors looking sweet and normal. But the moment we apply that effect, we kind of affect the whole image. We don't want that. We want it to just affect certain parts of the image, i.e. the teeth and the eyes. Alright, so what we want to do is we're going to go playing with masks. If you don't know what masks are, don't worry, I can explain. So just like your favorite superheroes, right? They wear masks to cover their faces or hide their identity, except the Incredibles. I don't know what they are doing there. A mask can show a certain part of your face, just like in Batman, who shows this part of his face. Or Incredibles, who show everything except their eyes. Or, who again? Spider-Man, who hides his whole face. Alright, and I'm going to show you one thing. I'm going to just take a solid color back layer here. I'm going to let this color be red. And as you can see, red fills the whole screen. It's because, not because of anything, but this is what we call a mask, this little thing here. If a layer doesn't have that, let me delete the mask here. You can actually create one by clicking here. So now we have a mask applied to it. Alright. If the mask is white, it reveals the layer. So the layer is actually red. Let me delete the mask first. So the layer is actually just showing red. The moment I added the mask, nothing happens because it's still a white mask, and the white mask will reveal whatever the layer is showing. But the moment the mask becomes black, you can see black and black. It hides that layer effect, so the whole red has vanished, you know. But the red is still there, just that because we've worn the mask on it now, we've hidden the face, we've hidden the real color, the red. If I invert it, Command I, Control I, and it becomes to white, it shows, you know. So white is like taking off that part or revealing that part, and black is like hiding that part off. So let's say I have a, you know, white mask here, and then I go ahead and choose my brush tool and select black. Alright, black. If you don't have that, press D to reset it, and then you can use X to toggle between black and white, or the foreground and the background. And I come here having black in my foreground, and I have a big brush here. If I start painting around with black, you can see I'm hiding certain part of the mask, and you can actually see it having effect here in my mask. You can see the black that I just painted appearing right here. Alright, so let's just say I say, oh no, I made a mistake, I want to reverse it. I can quickly just switch to white by pressing X here, white, and then I can actually paint white over it, and guess what, it's revealing the red as it should, you know. And I say, oh no, I wanted the previous one. I can just take back my black. You can do Ctrl Z, but I'm just showing you what masks do, and I can just paint Venom eye here and Venom eye here. Yeah, so that's the whole concept of masks, and let's see how we can apply that here. So this effect that we have here has affected the whole image. How do I know? You can see the greens. When I have the effect on, the greens just go away, and I don't want that. I want this effect to just affect what we call the teeth. Zit, alright, zit in the person. Alright, so I'm going to take my brush like we did initially, come to the image. This is too big a brush. You can go to the top left corner here, click here, and reduce the size of the brush. Alright, and make sure you use a what we call a soft round brush. Alright, you can click on soft general brushes here. We have it in here. Click on that and click on soft round. It has a hardness of 0, but I want to add some hardness. Okay, say 20 or 25, and come back to my image, zoom in, and then now I'm going to invert the mask so that the effect is not affecting anything. Then I can use white to paint only over the areas where I want it to affect. So now I can come here and start painting my white in. Alright, so yeah, so some of them might be subtle depending on how good the person's teeth is. Apparently he has some okay teeth. He brushes 2 times, so that helps him. Do you know who brushes once? The guy who actually needs to go and see the dentist. Doesn't make sense. I need braces, I need teeth whitening, I also need money to do all of that. So subscribe so YouTube can pay me something. Alright, and if you've watched this video up to this end, please make sure you like this video for me. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot for the people who also need to watch this video to upscale. Alright, so what I've just done quickly there is make only the teeth white. I can actually go to the eyes and paint it. The chance that there will be yellow in the eyes, so I remove all of that here and there. And if I do the before and after, just look at the teeth. You can see before, look at this, the teeth before, and this is the teeth after. Super clean, super sweet, super spot on. Give your image the chance to believe. If you want to learn how to retouch an image from Lightroom all the way to Photoshop, I have a video that I made to do that exactly for you. You can check that video out by clicking on the link above here. Check that video out, and I'll catch you in the very next one. Peace.